The 2021 South Australian Architecture Awards are proudly supported by BlueScope, Dulux, Brickworks, Lysart, Fielders, Bondor, Bosch, Built Environment Channel, NBS, Plant Cover, Architecture Media, as well as AWS, City of Adelaide, LED Outdoors, and Revolution Roofing.
Well, hello and welcome to the 2021 South Australian Architecture Awards. I'm Viv O'Connell and it's my pleasure to be your host this evening as we celebrate great architecture across the state. To begin, I'd like to acknowledge the lands on which many of the SA members are gathered this evening, the traditional country of the Kaurna people of the Adelaide Plains, and I pay respect to elders past, present and emerging. I recognise and respect their cultural heritage, beliefs and relationship with the land, and acknowledge that they are of continuing importance to the Kaurna people living today. And I also extend that respect to other Aboriginal language groups and other First Nations. Well, if you joined us for last year's live stream, you'll have an idea of what tonight is all about. We have 77 nominees across 11 main awards categories, and of course, the announcement of the prestigious City of Adelaide Prize. And we'll also be announcing the inaugural Emerging Project Prize tonight. The SA Awards are of course part of the Australian Institute of Architects National Awards Program, which recognises exceptional work by the Institute's members across Australia and overseas. And each of tonight's award winners will go through for consideration by the national jury for a national award to be announced later this year. And now that the scene is set, to say a few words, I'd like to hand over to the SA Chapter President Anthony Coupe.
Of the many reasons why the awards program is important, I think the most poignant is the way in which it encourages self-reflection and facilitates peer review. Both of these are essential to a healthy, well-founded and sustainable design profession. As practitioners, the bulk of our time is spent managing the day-to-day tasks that consume our attention, responding to queries, resolving issues of design or contract conflicts, managing staff and looking for work. And while this is all part of our professional responsibility, it can limit opportunities to look back at what we've done, consider why we do things the way we do, and ask ourselves, could we do them better? So the awards program offers the opportunity to connect in a couple of ways, through judging and through entering. Presentation days provide a platform for intense scrutiny, and within the judging panel, intense debate and inspection. And these are extremely rewarding experiences. The ability to sit in on these presentations and listen to the way in which our colleagues do things is always revealing and thought-provoking. On the other side, our architects enter the awards program for a variety of reasons. It's a great communal enterprise and ultimately facilitates the one time in the year when we have a significant gathering of the profession. It allows us to demonstrate our skill and inspiration. And through the making, curating and dissemination of images, it offers a connection to the wider community and sometimes potential for future commissions. But by far the most critical is the opportunity to ask ourselves and our colleagues, are we contributing? Ultimately, I think that if we take the trouble to enter the awards, we need to know why. We need to develop a narrative, a clear position that focuses the idea of why the work we are offering illustrates some way forward, some particularly polished response, or something that's simply inspiring. And when you look at the entries, any entry, and listen to the underpinning reason, there's always something that's unique, interesting, and engaging. Providing a platform to consider, articulate, and communicate these achievements is a great strength of the awards program.
Thanks, Anthony. Well, 2021 marks a significant milestone for the Australian Institute of Architects. It's 90 years since each of the state and territory bodies joined together to become the national voice for the profession. And to celebrate this milestone and test your knowledge, the SA chapter is running a Name That Image competition tonight, courtesy of Revolution Roofing, with a cash prize of $1,000 for the winner. Yes, it's back by popular demand after last year. And a big shout out to Flight Path Architects, who won last year and very kindly gifted their prize winnings to the Hutt Street Centre for Homelessness. So, during tonight's stream, we're going to show 9 images. Each is an abstract detail of a building, and each is from a different decade. We'll be starting with the 1930s, but from then on, the order will be random. I'll be giving you a heads up before we bring up the images, and each will be on screen for 15 seconds. Now, to enter, you need to be a current active SA member. That means a practice or sole trader, and I'm afraid the competition is not open to individuals. You then need to correctly identify the project name and the decade of completion for each building, and send your answers as one direct message to ADL Archigram during the stream tonight. The first person to correctly identify all 9 images with the project name and completion decade is the winner. And I know the SA team was swamped with entries last year, so rather than cross live for the winner tonight, the SA chapter will announce the winner tomorrow. So let's kick off with the first image of the competition. On your marks, get set, here it is. Good luck, everyone. And lastly, a note about live crosses. Yes, we are indeed coming to you live this evening. And if you receive a named award tonight, which is the highest honour in each category, and if you've given us your details, we'll be crossing live to you for a quick acceptance speech. So keep an eye out for the call, as we would love to have a chat. And now, let's get underway with the main awards categories.
Hi, we're Wiltshire Swain Architects, and you're watching the South Australian Architecture Awards.
That's a lot of confetti. Thank you to Wiltshire Swain. We'll start off with the category of commercial architecture, and I'd like to hand over to Eric Leon from category sponsor Revolution Roofing to say a few words and introduce the nominees.
Thanks, Viv. Hi, everyone. Through our many years as a sponsor, Revolution Roofing have seen lots of changes. We've seen changes to the industry, changes to trends in architecture, even changes to how awards nights are presented. We've loved our role that we've had in the journey, and we look forward to many more years working with the Institute. So with that, let's have a look at the nominees in the commercial architecture category.
Kent Town Boutique Office by Matthews Architects. Sky City Adelaide Expansion Project by Buchan. Meals on Wheels SA Head Office by JPE Design Studio. Adelaide Oval Hotel by Cox Architecture and Carr. GPO Exchange by Hassel and Fitzpatrick and Partners with Bauculture. AWL Wingfield Redevelopment by Cheeseman Architects. And Hotel Indigo by Lucas Zahos Architects. Thank you, Eric. Well, Kirstine McKay was the Commercial Architecture Jury Chair, and fellow jurors included Shay Taylor, Andrew Steele, Waleed Mirabi and Sean Stevens. And the jury have awarded one commendation and the named award in this category. The commendation goes to AWL Wingfield Redevelopment by Cheeseman Architects. The energy and research into human and animal welfare undertaken by the design team is a commendable achievement, providing a new invigoration to the AWL staff and volunteers, creating a sympathetic and stress-free environment for animals and people alike. Congratulations to Cheeseman Architects. And the Keith Neighbour Award for Commercial Architecture goes to Meals on Wheels SA Head Office by JPE Design Studio. As a multi-purpose commercial facility, the design demonstrates a sophisticated level of resolution between home, workplace and production to blur traditional lines of separation and create a contemporary commercial environment for staff and visitors. The project showcases an exemplary level of considered design and architectural craft, striking an elegant balance between commercial imperatives and design flourish. The Meals on Wheels SA Head Office provides an outstanding platform to support the organisation's efforts long into the future. Congratulations, JPE Design Studio. And I'm afraid we're having a little bit of difficulty getting through to the team at JPE Design Studio. I could hear them, but they couldn't hear me. I'm so sorry, guys. But look, congratulations once again to you and the team. And now let's take a look at the next image in the Name That Building competition.
Hi, we're Lucas Zahos and you're watching the South Australian Architecture Awards.
Thanks for the message, Lucas Zahos. The next two categories are small project architecture and urban design. Let's have a look at the nominees in these two categories. Walford Design and Technology Centre by Matthews Architects. Old Government House, Coach House by Arcuate Architecture. And Futuro at Nico by Max Pritchard Gunner Architects. Sky City Adelaide Expansion Project by Buchan. And AWL Wingfield Redevelopment by Cheeseman Architects. First to urban design. Now, this category provides an important opportunity to acknowledge the role of architects in delivering broad city and precinct-defining projects. And the jury, which was chaired by Alex Hall and included Felicity Sando, Sam Auckland and Wayne Grivell, wishes to acknowledge the entrants for their submissions, all of which considered urban context within the constraints of each project. However, this year the jury has chosen not to bestow awards in the urban design category. So, moving on to small project architecture, this jury was chaired by Kirstine McKay with Shay Taylor, Andrew Steele, Waleed Murabi and Sean Stevens. And they have awarded the highest honour in this category. The Marjorie Simpson Award for Small Project Architecture goes to Old Government House, Coach House by Arcuate Architecture. Nestled in the established gardens of the Governor's former summer residence in Bel Air National Park, this very modest project successfully responds to the Friends of Old Government House brief to provide more flexibility and enhance the visitor experience. The architecture employs redundant original building fabric, resulting in quirky details that demonstrate a depth of attention that is a credit to the architect's commitment to the project itself and the client group. This refreshing and contemporary project gives a lift to the identity of this fine historic property and gardens, making a valuable contribution to the state's built heritage. Congratulations, Arcuate Architecture. And I am so pleased to be joined by Ian and the team at Arcuate Architecture. Congratulations.
Thanks, Viv. Great to see you again.
It is lovely to see you again. I have to say, when I saw your name on the list, I thought, oh, fantastic, we had a good chat last year. But I remember, Ian, last year you were all on your own. Great to see you've got the whole team around you this time.
Yeah. Yes. Well, we've got a wonderful client, there's Tina and Wayne and Phil, and my wonderful colleague, Hayley.
Excellent. Well, first, can I ask, how does it feel to receive this honour this evening?
Oh, do you want to...
Look, I'm so excited. I was excited when these guys did the project for us. We were excited to move in, and now I'm over the moon. Thank you so much.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. And can I ask the team there, what did you enjoy most about working on this project?
Oh, the setting was remarkable. I personally adored the setting.
Yeah. And Tina and Wayne and the whole of Friends of Old Government House were wonderful clients to work with, and we had a great team with G-Force and the subcontractors. Were all fantastic, really good.
Oh, well, great to be able to include the client in the comments. Now, is there anyone else that you'd like to acknowledge?
Well, G-Force.
Yes, G-Force, the contractor, were excellent. James Henry Roofing did a wonderful job as always. I think it was just a really nice team, a small team. Oh, and of course DEW, Department of Environment and Water. Peter Stokes was wonderful. He was brilliant with us, and Kevin O'Sullivan. So everybody worked really well on the project.
I have to say just one thing: there was no acrimony, there were no debates, no arguments. We were all a really happy group right throughout the whole project.
Oh, well, that sounds absolutely fantastic, and a testament to the skills of all involved, I'm sure. Well, look, thank you so much for joining us this evening. I'm going to let you enjoy the rest of the celebrations now. I hope you all have a great night.
Thanks, Viv. Cheers. Bye.
Hi, we're Greek Anderson, and you're watching the South Australian Architecture Awards. Woo!
Thanks to the team at Grieve Anderson for that shout out there. And now to public architecture. And to introduce this category and the nominees, it's my pleasure to hand over to the Premier of South Australia, Stephen Marshall.
Thank you for the opportunity to be part of tonight's awards that shine a light on some of South Australia's outstanding projects and visions brought to life by talented local architects. The public architecture category has attracted 8 exceptional entries, including 3 oval projects, 2 hospital upgrades and the redevelopment of Her Majesty's Theatre. Congratulations to all the nominees, bringing communities together, improving public frontage and are delivering state-of-the-art health services both in the regions and in the city. Now let's see the nominees for this year's Public Architecture Award.
Ashford Hospital Redevelopment by Wiltshire Swain. Norwood Oval Redevelopment by Tridente Boyce. Murray Bridge Soldiers Memorial Hospital Emergency Department Redevelopment by Wiltshire Swain. Her Majesty's Theatre Redevelopment by Cox Architecture. CAA Higher Courts Redevelopment by Hassel with Bauculture. Conyngham Street Depot by Greenway Architects SA. Lockley's Oval Redevelopment by Walter Brook and Associates. And Goodwood Oval Grandstand by Wiltshire Swain. A great range of projects, and thank you, Premier, for that introduction. The jury for public architecture included Alex Hall as jury chair, with Felicity Sando, Sam Auckland and Wayne Grivell. And they have awarded 3 commendations, 1 award and the named award for public architecture. The first commendation goes to Conyngham Street Depot by Greenway Architects SA. Greenway Architects have successfully created an inviting interface, utilising the biodiversity, nursery operations and the Men's Shed program to provide an excellent dialogue with the community. Congratulations, Greenway Architects. The second commendation goes to Norwood Oval Redevelopment by Tridente Boyce. Tridente Boyce architects have sought to maximise the existing fabric through clever insertions aimed at vastly improving both the compliance requirements and the match day user experience. Congratulations, Tridente Boyce. And a commendation for public architecture is also awarded to Lockley's Oval Redevelopment by Walter Brook and Associates. The simplicity and the well-executed planning provides a cohesive and prominent building, incorporating the best spectator vision, and ensures the long-term sustainability of the development and the wider sporting community. Congratulations to Walter Brook and Associates. An award for public architecture goes to CAA Higher Courts Redevelopment by Hassel with Bauculture. The CAA Higher Courts redevelopment provides overriding clarity through a series of refined insertions, unlocked spaces and enriched state-listed heritage buildings, punctuated across 2 distinct sites. The courtrooms and supporting spaces are now elevated to a contemporary modern courtroom experience, with a unifying material palette that incorporates subtle heritage cues with an emphasis on natural materials. Congratulations, Hassel and Bauculture. And the Jack McConnell Award for Public Architecture, the highest honour in this category, goes to Her Majesty's Theatre by Cox Architecture. The redevelopment has transformed the theatre into not just a viable modern venue, but a place that can deliver a unique public experience on a national level. Past, present and future narratives sit alongside one another comfortably, with reference to past performers and a level of materiality that embraces the atmospheric aura of an iconic Art Deco theatre. The public areas are vastly improved with the acquisition of the adjacent site, enabling greater functionality and a multi-level place for refreshment, taking in views toward the Central Market precinct through the respectfully neutral glazed facade. Congratulations, Cox Architecture. And I'm joined now by Adam Hannon, Zoe King and the team at Cox Architecture. Congratulations, guys. And I could see as we were making all those other announcements, you were applauding all of the contenders in this category, which is fantastic to see. I feel like I'm in the room with you. Look, congratulations on receiving this very high honour indeed this evening. Obviously, this is an iconic project. Can you tell us a little bit about what it was like to work on?
Look, it was an incredible honour and privilege to work on this project. It was such an important theatre when it first opened in 1913, and so the opportunity for us to try and reinvent Her Maj for the next 100 years was nothing short of an incredible privilege. We're so lucky to work with a lot of project partners, in particular our client, the Trust, Douglas Gautier and the team, Department of Infrastructure and Transport, DPC and all the design team, and of course some of the wonderful people you see behind us as well.
And I'm sure that's just a very small portion of the people who were involved. This is obviously a very significant project for Adelaide. For those people who are joining us tonight across Australia or overseas, can you give us a bit of a sense of the significance of this project?
Yeah, well, look, when it opened at the time, it was one of the grandest and most incredible theatres originally, back in the day. Sadly, modernisation, renovations in the 60s and 70s changed that. So for us to reposition the theatre and really reinvent it is a huge thing, and we hope for Adelaide. We'll bring the shows to our state, nationally and internationally, yeah.
And to receive the named honour in this field tonight, and obviously there are a lot of projects in the running, what does it mean to Cox to receive this honour tonight?
Oh, look, it's really incredible. We are lucky to work on public projects, and that's, really a great thing about the opportunity to hopefully put a positive mark on the city. So there's, in many ways, there's no higher accolade. So we're absolutely delighted.
Oh, well, look, congratulations once again to you and to everyone involved in this extraordinary project, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. I'm sure you will.
think we might.
I'm sure you will. And for everyone watching now, it's time to take a look at image number 3. Nice work, and you're receiving the production team's award for creative use of butter paper there. Moving on to interior architecture, which has a field of 17 nominees. Let's take a look at the entrance. Royal Australasian College of Surgeons Fit Out by Matthews Architects. North Adelaide Residence by Williams Burton Leopardi. Sky City Adelaide Expansion Project by Buchan. Walkerville Residence by Williams Burton Leopardi. ITL Italian Kitchen by Walter Brook and Associates and Jennison Studio. Adelaide Oval Hotel by Cox Architecture and Carr. Margie's Dream by Architects Inc. Blackfriars Priory School Aquinas Centre by Swanbury Penglaze. Soul Bar and Restaurant by Walter Brook and Associates and Jennison Studio. Kingswood House by Archaea. Sky Residence by Williams Burton Leopardi. Her Majesty's Theatre Redevelopment by Cox Architecture. CAA Higher Courts Redevelopment by Hassel with Bauculture. EOS by Sky City by Walter Brook and Associates and Hecker Guthrie. Finlayson's Lawyers Workplace Fit Out by Haynes Charlie SA. AWL Wingfield Redevelopment by Cheeseman Architects. And Can Do South by Matthews Architects. Well, the jury certainly had their work cut out for them this year in this category. The jury for interior architecture included Sean Humphreys as jury chair, and he was joined in the deliberations by Graham Charbonneau, Chris Morley and Susanna Bilardo. And the jury have awarded 3 commendations, 2 awards and the named award in this category. The first commendation for interior architecture goes to Blackfriars Priory School Aquinas Centre by Swanbury Penglaze. With a strong focus on responding to the brief, interior spaces encourage collaboration and interaction between students and teaching staff. The successful interior resolution has a maturity often seen in tertiary environments, with a high quality of detailing encouraging students to take pride and ownership of their learning environment. Congratulations, Swanbury Penglaze. A commendation is also awarded to ITL Italian Kitchen by Walter Brook and Associates and Jennison Studio. ITL Italian Kitchen presents a beautifully detailed, complex array of material and colours that resonate with the fragrance of Italy. Upon entry, the gondola-like bar sets the scene for an authentic and thoughtfully considered space to create an elegant yet relaxed dining experience. Congratulations, Walter Brook and Associates and Jennison Studio. And the third commendation for interior architecture goes to North Adelaide Residence by Williams Burton Leopardi. Consistent relief detailing between inserted joinery and built form spans from old to new. This design signature straddles programmatic zones and is transferable across material finishes, creating stability and balance throughout the entire space. Congratulations, Williams Burton Leopardi. An award for interior architecture goes to Margie's Dream by Architects Inc. Margie's Dream pays homage to a quintessential Mediterranean mode of modernity. Ubiquitous whiteness anchors volumes, capturing spaces in a serene pose of structured calm, a tranquil oasis in a suburban context. It is a bold exploration in restraint, never shying away from its intent. It is a testament to the unwavering skill of the architect and the vision of the client. Congratulations, Architects Inc. An award for interior architecture also goes to Walkerville Residence by Williams Burton Leopardi. Walkerville Residence is a home that evokes both a sense of family and sophistication. The existing villa has been beautifully renovated to increase functionality and instill personality into each of its spaces. A curated and beautiful use of sensuous materials, colour and dramatic feature lighting create a calmness to the interiors. A stunningly elegant and timeless family home. Congratulations, Williams Burton Leopardi. And the Robert Dixon Award for Interior Architecture, the highest honour in this category, goes to EOS by Sky City by Walter Brook and Associates and Hector Guthrie. EOS by Sky City exudes a timeless elegance with a calming sensibility, a brilliant response to a brief that called for a world-class, unique and exclusive 5-star boutique hotel in the heart of Adelaide. A profound sense of calm and tranquility pervades the hotel, providing counterpoint and retreat from the hyperstimulation of the casino. The interiors are an exemplary exploration of luxurious spatial restraint, within a building typology seldom afforded room to breathe, testament to the tireless efforts of a highly dedicated and talented team with a clear vision for the outcome. Congratulations, Walter Brook and Associates and Hector Guthrie. And I am joined now by the team at Walter Brook and Associates. I think we have Mark Belangieri, Nick Carfora, and it looks like a whole host of other people. Congratulations. Thank you. Yes, give us a cheer. Well, look, congratulations to you all. Who's the spokesman for us tonight? Who'd like to say something about this project?
Look, I think it's an exciting project for everyone that's been involved. And it's been something that we've worked on for 5 years. We have a huge team, so thanks to Hector Guthrie, our partners in this, and a great client.
Excellent. And can I ask, what does it mean to the team to receive the named award in this category? And you saw how many projects were in the running, quite a field, quite a few commendations and awards, but this is indeed the top honour. What does it mean to the practice and to your partners on this project?
I think it's a really special time for us. It was a project that we really worked hard on, and it's great to see everyone really embracing it in Adelaide, so I think it's a great thing.
Mm-hmm. And any feedback from the client on the project?
Well, some of the clients only just arrived because of New Zealand, so they've been in the last few months, and it's been exciting. They're really happy with the outcome, and it's been really positive.
Excellent. And can I ask what your plans are as a practice tonight? Are you having a big celebration there?
We'll have a few drinks, I think, keep it quiet tonight, and Saturday night is the party. So.
Yes, holding fire till Saturday night. That's a very, very good idea. And can I ask also, have you had much luck yet with the Name That Building competition?
Of course.
Excellent. All right, you're playing your cards close to your chest, Walter Brook and Associates. I like it. Well, I'll leave you to enjoy the celebrations. Congratulations to you and the team once again.
Thank you.
And we will be back after these messages from the awards sponsors, and do keep an eye out for the next image in the Name That Building and Decade competition.
Now you can easily bring your projects to life with Dulux BIM Solutions. Dulux BIM Solutions provides easy-to-use BIM content, so you can add Dulux colours and product ranges to your Revit and ArchiCAD models quickly and simply. The latest Dulux BIM content update now includes the Dulux World of Colour and product ranges from Dulux powder coatings, protective coatings, Acrotex and Intergrain timber finishes. Dulux BIM Solutions, inspiring creativity.
For award-winning profiles, select Revolution Roofing.
Before we head into the next round of announcements, we have a few words from the South Australian Awards Director, Catherine Startari.
Hi everyone. It's been an exciting year for the Institute of Architects South Australia Chapter 2021 Awards Program, with a variety of high quality projects showcased in this year's submissions. And for me personally, it's been a fantastic opportunity to gain insights to the projects submitted. The awards process provides the opportunity to better understand the background of some truly unique projects through the narrative told by the architects and the client's stories that have informed the decision making. Seeing these stories coming through in the built form are what makes a project special. Thankfully this year the jurors were able to undertake site visits, to be able to really experience the spaces, to be able to get the real sense of scale, feel the textures of the materials and see how the project fits in its environment are so intrinsic to how spaces are perceived. Something you really can't experience from a photo alone. It was evident from the projects submitted that great architecture comes from an innovative use of space and materials and carefully considered detailing. It is not always easy to balance these criteria with a client's brief, but it was insightful to learn how architects navigated the process to deliver some extraordinary design outcomes. These awards have showcased some of the amazing talent we have in South Australia. Congratulations to all the nominees tonight.
Thanks, Catherine. And now, moving on to our next announcement, the City of Adelaide Prize, now in its 13th year. And the jury this year included Stephen Ward as jury chair, Simon Lee, Eleanor Walker, Jana Bithell and Councillor Aman Abrimzadeh. Let's take a look at the nominees. Hidden Gem at Dwell East End Adelaide by Dwell East End Adelaide in collaboration with the local artist Tapiwa Hawata. Sheridan Kiosk by BB Architects. Modernist Adelaide by Stuart Simons. Sky City Adelaide Expansion Project by Buchan. Vietnamese Boat People Monument Guiding Light by Rosella Barrios. Gawler Place Upgrade Home of the Pigeon by City of Adelaide, Procure PM, WGA, URPS and BMD. And Her Majesty's Theatre Redevelopment by Cox Architecture. Some great nominees in the running this year. Well, this prize is a collaboration between the Institute and the City of Adelaide. And to set the scene for this prestigious prize and announce the winners, I'd like to introduce the Lord Mayor of Adelaide, Sandy Furshaw.
Thanks, Viv. Hello, everyone. I'm delighted to announce the winner of this year's City of Adelaide Prize. The City of Adelaide Prize recognises innovative projects that enliven the city's public spaces and actively engage with the community to bring the streets and public spaces of Adelaide alive and make it a great place to live, work and play. And now for the announcements. The jury have awarded 3 commendations and the prize. The first commendation goes to Sheridan Kiosk by BB Architects.
The Sheridan Kiosk has been brought back to life thanks to BB Architects and now acts as an important entry focus for the Lot 14 development and successfully reinforces the public realm of North Terrace. Congratulations, BB Architects!
The second commendation goes to the Vietnamese Boat People Monument Guiding Light by Rosella Badios.
This beautifully crafted and emotive memorial is a powerful and ultimately uplifting addition to public art within the City of Adelaide, resonating with communities beyond those that it commemorates. Congratulations, Rosella Badios.
The third commendation goes to the Modernist Adelaide by Stuart Simons.
Unique to Adelaide, this project reaches a diverse audience, raises public appreciation and debate on the retention and reuse of the city's heritage fabric, and contributes to the economic growth of the city through heritage tourism. Congratulations, Stuart Simons.
And finally, the winner of the 2021 City of Adelaide Prize is Her Majesty's Theatre redevelopment by Cox Architecture. Congratulations to the team.
The redevelopment of Her Majesty's Theatre reinforces Adelaide's reputation as an important cultural centre by establishing a second city theatre designed to attract top performers and accommodate the largest touring musicals. The project is brought back to life through this redevelopment and is awarded the City of Adelaide Prize for enhancing the public experience, contributing to the cultural and economic growth of the city, providing tourism opportunities and reactivating this central city historic building and precinct. Congratulations, Cox Architecture. And we are back to Adam Hannon, Zoe King and the team at Cox. Congratulations once again.
Thank you very much.
Now, obviously this is a surprise, but I understand that you guys had a very recent delivery of the statue, the City of Adelaide statue from Jam Factory. Can you hold it aloft for us? Or is it heavy? It's heavy, okay. Well, as the Lord Mayor said there, you know, this prize obviously recognises an enormous contribution to the life of Adelaide, to the city itself. Is there anything that you'd like to add to your earlier comments about this particular project in that regard?
Oh, look, again, I mean, as we said before, it's just been such a privilege to work on this site and this really important building and have the chance to bring it back to life and hopefully, as the Lord Mayor said, bring some activation and people to the streets and to the seats and onto the stage. You know, our thanks to the Institute and to the City of Adelaide for recognising, you know, this project.
Wonderful. And, you know, I'm thinking maybe South Australian Architecture Awards next year, potentially a venue if we get beyond this sort of studio live stream setting. What do you think?
That'd be wonderful. We'd love that.
As would I. I mean, the studio's okay, but I have to say your project looks fantastic. I would love to be there. And on that happy note, guys, I'll let you go to enjoy the celebrations. Have a great night.
Thanks so much.
Next up, we have the City of Adelaide Prize People's Choice Award. And I would like to hand over to Councillor Arman Abrahimzadeh to say a few words and announce this year's winner.
Thanks, Viv. Hi, everyone. It's a privilege to be here with you tonight to announce the City of Adelaide Prize People's Choice Award. This year, there were a wide variety of entries, from small-scale adaptive reuse projects to multi-level hotel accommodation and everything in between. It's fair to say that all these projects, regardless of their size and form, brought with them their own unique flavour, but also contributed to the City of Adelaide's economic, social and cultural values. I congratulate all of the nominees. And now, without further ado, the 2021 City of Adelaide's People's Choice Award goes to Vietnamese Boat People Monument Guiding Light by Rosella Badios. Congratulations.
Thanks, Councillor Aman Abrimzadeh, and congratulations to the team. And before we move on to the next announcements, get your pens ready because we have Mystery Image number 5 coming up right now.
And you are watching the South Australian Architecture Awards.
Thank you, Dwell East Adelaide. And before we move into the next round of category announcements, we have a special announcement to make for a medal awarded to a person rather than a project. The Sir James Irwin President's Medal, which recognises excellence in a contribution to architecture, whether by individuals, partnerships or government agencies. And it's my pleasure to announce that the SA Chapter President Anthony Coupe has awarded the medal to Dr. Rachel Hurst. Having guided thousands of students through the long degree course, Rachel's passion for the profession is evident. She sets high standards for herself, her students and colleagues, and continually refines her techniques and embraces new approaches. Alongside her teaching, Rachel is deeply embedded within the architecture and design profession. She is a contributing editor for Architecture Australia and prolific contributor to a range of national design journals such as Architecture AU, Monument, Artichoke and Houses. She has successfully negotiated the often tricky interface between national and local spheres of practice. Her teaching and writing have contributed to a national profile, while she has remained, until very recently, firmly based in Adelaide, raising the profile of South Australian design across Australia. Congratulations, Dr. Rachel Hurst. And it's my pleasure to hand over to Rachel, who's sent through this message.
Hello everyone, I'm speaking to you from lockdown in my new neighbourhood of Studley Park Q, which has variously been described as the epicentre of Australian residential modernism, or where architects come to die. I'm hoping that's a way off yet. This has been an unexpected and absolute honour to receive the President's Medal, and I'd like to thank Anthony especially, who has been a champion collaborator in integrating quality architectural education and practice, but also to the Institute and Nicolette and her team for this recognition of my involvement in the profession over time. It's been a privilege to serve our South Australian architectural community, and I hope that as an adjunct for UniSA and a fellow of the Institute, I can continue to contribute in some way to the diversity and vitality of our discipline. Thank you all again.
The next category is Residential Architecture, Alterations and Additions. The jury for this category included Jury Chair Liz Vines, as well as Tessa Sayre, Brent Dowsett and John Bieleveld. Let's take a look at the 8 projects entered in this category. Reading the View by Mulloway Studio. The Garden Pavilion by Atelier Bond. North Adelaide Residence by Williams Burton Leopardi. Margie's Dream by Architects Inc. Sky Residence by Williams Burton Leopardi. Kingswood House by Archaea. Number 78 by Black Rabbit Architecture and Interiors. And Walkerville Residence by Williams Burton Leopardi. And the jury have awarded a commendation for residential architecture, alterations and additions to Reading the View by Mulloway Studio. Mulloway have enveloped the rear of this Gilberton cottage with a warm, detailed, human-scaled extension. A modest budget, stretched across a highly tailored result, provides the owners with a rich array of multi-use living spaces for family and work life. Congratulations, Mulloway Studio. A commendation is also awarded to Sky Residence by Williams Burton Leopardi. New interventions are subtle, with a sustainable approach driving the design outcome. The result is an imaginatively planned layout with atmospheric colour tones, complemented by a carefully conceived garden setting. Congratulations once again to the team at Williams Burton Leopardi. An award for residential architecture, alterations and additions goes to Number 78 by Black Rabbit Architecture and Interiors. Number 78 adds a contemporary extension to an existing symmetrical cottage, seamlessly enlivening the entire site from streetscape to laneway. Resisting the urge for an expansive, open plan, the modern extension is anchored by a three-way masonry hearth that draws the eye, adds thermal mass, and neatly separates personalised spaces, public from private, all built over a recycled 80s concrete slab. Congratulations, Black Rabbit. And the jury have also given an award to Walkerville Residence by Williams Burton Leopardi. Williams Burton Leopardi have extensively and sensitively reworked this grand historic home in Walkerville to provide a total luxurious upgrade and two-storey extension. This project has redefined the layout of the historic home and cleverly extended its function using an architectural language that spectacularly translates across old and new. The result provides meticulously refined, joyous spaces that enjoy the full benefit of their sophisticated landscape setting. Congratulations once again to Williams Burton Leopardi. And now, the highest honour in this category, the John Schenk Award for Residential Architecture, Houses, Alterations and Additions goes to Kingswood House by Archaea. The Kingswood House project provides a playful, light-filled contemporary extension to a sandstone cottage, reinvigorating the whole site. Archaea have successfully and economically fulfilled the brief, incorporating the client's desires and needs and resulting in a modern, light-filled, environmentally responsive home which embraces the original cottage's heritage. The clients have praised the architect for her listening and responsiveness to their changing family needs. Congratulations, Archaea. And I am joined by Sally Wilson and the team at Archaea, and I think they're a bit surprised. Congratulations.
Hi.
Hi. How nice to see you again, Sally.
See you too, Viv.
It's been a few years. Now, of course, I could see you guys in the preview monitor as you slowly realised that there was really only one award left to come, and it was the named award. Can I ask firstly, how does it feel?
It's pretty exciting. I would be jumping up and down right now, that's for sure. It's an incredible honour. We're very, very, very humbled by it. Thank you.
Oh, excellent. And look, can you give us a little bit of background about this project? Perhaps, what it was like for you and your team to work on?
We had the trust of our client from the very beginning, and that's why we were able to deliver such an incredibly detailed project inside and out. And without our amazing clients, Matt and Kylie, thank you, we wouldn't be able to deliver such a successful tactile project.
And are Matt and Kylie watching tonight, do you know?
I think they had a dinner, but I think they were going to watch afterwards.
Excellent.
In anticipation, but yeah, thank you very much to the jury for recognising that we put everything into this job, and this is the first award we've won as a practice, so that's why the screams and the excitement was happening in the background. So, thank you.
Well, look, well done to you and the team. Look, I do also need to ask, I can see someone with a mask standing behind you. Sally, what's going on there?
One of our esteemed colleagues was actually away in Canberra tonight, so without...
There. You've kind of incorporated them into the show. I like it.
Yeah, he's here with us. It's an integral team effort, this project, and he's here with us tonight.
Oh, excellent. Well, look, I'm so glad that we were able to cross to you to see your reaction to receiving this very high honour. Congratulations once again to you and the team.
Thanks very much.
And we will be back shortly. Here comes the next image in our competition.
Hi, we're Cheeseman Architects and you're watching the South Australian Architecture Awards.
Thanks for the shout out, Cheeseman Architects. Moving on to heritage architecture. This jury was chaired by Liz Vines and she was joined by Tessa Sayre, Brent Dowsett and John Bieleveld. There are 3 nominees in this category. Let's take a look at the entrants. Sheridan Kiosk by BB Architects. Her Majesty's Theatre Redevelopment by Cox Architecture. And CAA Higher Courts Redevelopment by Hassel with Bauculture. And the jury have awarded a Commendation for Heritage to Sheridan Kiosk by BB Architects. Originally built in 1925, conservation involved careful stripping back of unsympathetic later changes, revealing original, significant historic elements. The do as much as is necessary but as little as possible approach provides a thoughtful conservation methodology for the project. Congratulations, BB Architects. A commendation is also awarded to CAA Higher Courts Redevelopment by Hassel with Bauculture. The result of this project is a competent, articulate design that creates a new, legible, single point of entry that flows through to an axial courtyard, cleverly landscaped to resolve levels, define new from old, and offer contrast to the warm and sensitively lined new courtrooms. Congratulations once again to Hassel and Bauculture. And the highest honour in this category, the David Saunders Award for Heritage Architecture, goes to Her Majesty's Theatre Redevelopment by Cox Architecture. The redevelopment of Her Majesty's Theatre by Cox Architects has given vibrant new life to the last remaining Tivoli Theatre in Australia. The famous 1913 photograph from opening night, with patrons packed to the rafters from all 3 levels, was used as a primary inspiration. Even though only 2 external walls were retained, the careful execution of the architecture and the historical references signal a deep respect for the theatre's former glory. Cox have satisfied 2 key objectives: to celebrate the theatre's rich history and to redesign and expand for modern requirements and a prosperous future. Congratulations, Cox Architecture. And with the 3rd cross of the night for the same project, we're back with the Cox team. Congratulations once again. Oh, look, well done on this absolutely extraordinary accomplishment. Any words? This is obviously the acknowledgement for the heritage category. We've spoken about its contribution to Adelaide. We've spoken about it as a public building. Is there anything you'd like to add on the heritage side of things?
Look, I think as we mentioned, sadly in the 60s and 70s, all of the original Edwardian interiors and the beautiful original work was sadly lost. We were inspired by looking at the original drawings. Our client had actually saved some of the original materials that were demolished and taken down during those renovations. So we really tried to imagine what it would have felt like on opening night in 1913 and recreate that, but do it in a really contemporary way that really blended, the best of the old with the best of the new.
And that image we saw in the citation there of opening night was absolutely extraordinary, wasn't it?
Yeah, look, I think they had over 2,000 people apparently that night. They were packed to the rafters. At the top it was standing room only. I think we'd probably struggle to get those sorts of numbers in any theatre today. But again, it's an inspiring image that we kept looking at throughout the project.
Oh, well, certainly an inspiring project as well. And congratulations once again to everyone involved on this fantastic accomplishment, Cox.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have a great night.
Hi, we're Brickworks.
And you're watching the South Australian Architecture Awards.
Thanks, Brickworks. And before we announce the award for enduring architecture, here is the next mystery image. And now to the category of enduring architecture, which celebrates buildings of outstanding merit that continue to be important as high-quality works of architecture. It also provides a platform for promoting the value of 20th century architecture to both clients and the community. And the Jack Cheeseman Award for Enduring Architecture goes to The Youth Court by Public Buildings Department architect Adrian Evans. The Youth Court of South Australia building opened in 1975. This was a new type of court in Australia at the time, marking a progressive approach to youth justice. A key design objective was to create a building devoid of institutional overtones, thereby evading a potentially confronting physical environment. The building remains of high integrity. Courtrooms retain the original joinery and acoustic wall linings. Concrete security blades have been retained. Courtyard spaces remain, and durable materials, including the use of red brick internally and externally, still prevail. This building is considered worthy of recognition as a work of enduring architecture. Its judicial use continues unimpeded, and the integrity of the original, well-crafted design remains intact. Congratulations, Adrian Evans. An outstanding project there by Adrian Evans, which is of course now in the running for the National Enduring Architecture Award.
Hi, we're Matthews Architects and you're watching the South Australian Architecture Awards.
Thanks to the team at Matthews Architects for that shout out. And now, the Colorbond Award for Steel Architecture, supported by the Institute's principal partner, BlueScope.
Out on the patio, we'd sit, and the humidity we'd breathe. We'd watch the lightning crack over cane fields. Laugh and think, this is Australia. This is Australia. This is Australia.
Colorbond, made by Australia.
And we have this message from BlueScope rep Mark Amos.
Thanks, Viv. Hi, everyone.
My name is Mark Amos, and I'm the Specification Manager for BlueScope Steel. Firstly, I'd like to congratulate all the nominees this year on your amazing projects. On behalf of BlueScope, I thank you for all your support in specifying our products. Each year, we love to see the leading edge ways our products are used in addressing design challenges, supporting our communities, and enhancing the built environment. Ours is a partnership, and we are proud to be the Institute's principal corporate partner, an honour we have enjoyed for 36 years. We would also like to take this opportunity to mention our latest innovation, a colour selection resource that we've developed specifically to support architects. The Colorbond Steel Studio is an online portal where you can choose from a huge range of over 200 proprietary Colorbond colours and finishes, all with the durability you have come to trust. Now, let's take a look at the fantastic projects that have been shortlisted for this year's Colorbond Awards for Steel Architecture.
Mangadi by Built Design Architects. House in the Hills by James Allen Architect. Rental, A House on Two Stones by Rads. First Creek House by Troppo Architects. Lockley's Oval Redevelopment by Walter Brook and Associates. And Goodwood Oval Grandstand by Wiltshire Swain. Thanks, Mark, and thanks also to BlueScope for your long-standing support of the Institute and this award. And the 2021 Colorbond Award for Steel Architecture goes to Lockley's Oval Redevelopment by Walter Brook and Associates. The Lockley's Oval Redevelopment provides a combined home for multiple local sports and community organisations. A neutral colour palette featuring matte surf mist Colorbond cladding provides a backdrop for each group to brand the facility during their season, fostering identity and belonging for all within the communal whole. The design responds to this context with curved elements highlighting entry points and steel louver panels neatly screening surfaces. The steel structure also enables column-free viewing from the ground level and balcony above. It is a quintessentially Australian material for a building that responds to the Australian sporting tradition. Congratulations, Walter Brook and Associates. And we're crossing back to the team at Walter Brook and Associates. Congratulations to the team. Give us the cheer. Excellent. Now, this looks like a fantastic project, particularly for the community and the community groups who are using it. Can you give us a sense of how it's been embraced by the building's users so far, and I guess what kind of impact it's had on that community?
It was designed for 5 sporting groups, and all of them have had intake up, so a lot of community embracement. They went from 4 very dilapidated buildings into one large building with a focus on viewing over all the sporting grounds and community incorporation. So it's great.
Great. And what did the team enjoy about working on this particular project?
We had a really good client and client group. It's a great site, basically, to position a building between 2 ovals and improve the facilities for so many people.
And the jury certainly noted the high level of detailing and craftsmanship involved in this project. Is there anyone that you'd like to acknowledge who was involved in that side of the project?
Well, we had a team. We had a larger team when this project started. So we had 2 members that contributed a lot to this project that are no longer with our firm.
Mm-hmm.
For the right reason.
Okay.
One moved to Hong Kong, one moved to Studio 9. It's great to work on those. We spent a lot of time on detailing, making sure that it was robust, being next to a sporting field, making sure that things wouldn't dent, things wouldn't leak. Steel was an obvious choice for the upper floor because they didn't have to maintain it, which is obviously a huge feature for a council-owned building.
Well, you guys are now obviously in the running for the National Colorbond Award, representing South Australia, so all the very best with that. And I'll leave you guys to enjoy the rest of your evening now. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Pleasure. And we will be back. We'll be back after this short break from the award sponsors, and keep an eye out for the next competition image.
The Built Environment Channel is a media platform to support the architecture and construction industry.
It means that we can connect with a whole lot of people outside our office, all around the world, all day, anytime.
You receive a premium screen which silently broadcasts your work, inspiring examples of great design and important industry news. All of this is at no cost to you.
For us, it's really about no more scrolling through endless content. It's literally front and centre for everyone here at K2LD.
The shape is called a catenary shape, and it's the same shape as holding a string. So if you were to hold a string, it will form an arc, and the arc is called a catenary. If you flip it up the other way, so it goes upwards, the pressure that pushes out equalises with the pressure that pushes down. So gravity is balanced in perfect harmony. And that means that the load of the brick is evenly distributed down to the ground.
For more than 130 years, Bosch has designed products that spark enthusiasm, improve quality of life, and help conserve natural resources. We have built our reputation on design, quality, reliability, trust, and sustainability. In short, we want to create technology that is invented for life. With more than 200 international design awards attained over the past 5 years, Bosch is the clear leader in home appliances. Outstanding design requires both great form and function. For home appliances, invented for life means giving people peace of mind for their daily life at home.
The future of construction is digital. Data is transforming our lives, our work, and the way we create. Get ready to digitize and embrace the future together. NBS.
We are LED Outdoor and Architectural, and you're watching the South Australian Architecture Awards.
Coming up next is educational architecture. There are 9 projects entered in this category. Let's take a look at the nominees. Walford Design and Technology Centre by Matthews Architects. St Thomas School Ecology and STEAM Centre by Grieve Gillette Anderson. Acoustics and Vibrations Laboratory by Matthews Architects. Blackfriars Priory School Aquinas Centre by Swanbury Penglaze. Breeder Burnwing Upgrade Loreto College by MPH Architects. Macaulay Community School by Swanbury Penglaze. Mangadi by Built Design Architects. Johnson Laboratories by Matthews Architects. And Wilderness School Learning Commons by Cox Architecture. Lisa Martin was the jury chair for educational architecture, and the fellow jurors assessing these projects included Simon Frost, Justin Cucciarelli and Rihanna Bell. And they have awarded 2 commendations and the named award in this category. The first commendation for educational architecture goes to Breeder Burn Wing Upgrade Loreto College by MPH Architects. Working within the master plan framework, the Breeder Burn Wing Upgrade breathes new life into previously dark and dated spaces, providing natural light, improved visual connection, and transparency between spaces. Congratulations, MPH. A commendation is also awarded to Macaulay Community School by Swanbury Penglaze. Creating a contemporary learning environment, driving education and pedagogical change for young learners, the Macaulay Community School provides engaging, inclusive and purposeful spaces, wrapped in an external form celebrating its coastal and community context. Congratulations, Swanbury Penglaze. And the highest honour in this category, the Dr. John Mayfield Award for Educational Architecture, goes to Wilderness School Learning Commons by Cox Architecture. This project is a striking addition to the school campus that seamlessly integrates an elegant new building with the adjacent administration building and the repurposed portion of an existing two-storey building. The external material palette, dominated by the beautifully detailed new stone facade, comfortably nestles the building in its neighbouring setting. The interior material palette is equally sophisticated, successfully exuding a sense of warmth and elegance, which is enhanced by the light-filled atrium. Cox Architects have successfully collaborated with their client and team to deliver a building which will inspire, shape and change learning for the wilderness students by creating a beautiful, dynamic environment that promotes innovation, creativity and connection. Congratulations, Cox Architecture. And the team at Cox are back on the line. We really just shouldn't bother hanging up. Congratulations, guys. Now, obviously a very different project, a different scale, different client. What would you like to tell us about this project?
Oh, look, firstly, we just have to give thanks to our client, Jane Danvers, the principal, and also Paula Jolly. When we started working with them, they just had this incredible brief to create something very contemporary for Wilderness School, and it was such an incredible journey working with both of them. The project was really shaped through their vision for the school and for what this project would add.
And what does the practice enjoy about working on educational projects?
I think we love education because we can deliver something that children get to use for curiosity and actually enables them to find different ways of learning. And for particular to Wilderness School, this is exactly what the brief was about. Spaces that encourage the girls to investigate different aims and streams of learning, which we were thrilled to be part of. And we need to thank the great team here behind us who worked diligently on all aspects of the project and, of course, as Adam mentioned, the client.
And do you have a message to the client who I hope is potentially watching tonight?
I just hope that they love this project as much as we do, because we've got so much thrill and enjoyment out of it, and hopefully the girls are now too.
Excellent. All right. Well, look, congratulations once again to the Cox team on this fantastic project. And I don't really need to tell you guys to enjoy the night. Looks like you're having a fantastic time. Have a great night. Moving on to residential architecture, multiple housing. The jury for this category was chaired by Sally Wilson, with fellow jurors Adrian Kenyon, John Adam and John Lowe. Let's see who's in the running. Botanica Glenside by Hames Charlie SA and DKO Architecture. Spence on Light by Tectus Australia, with Mulloway Studio and Hosking Willis Architecture. 3rd Avenue by Studio 9 Architects. And 217 East by ACG Studio. In the category of residential architecture multiple housing, the jury have awarded one commendation in this category, which goes to 3rd Avenue by Studio 9 Architects. With a variety of forms and materials, this urban infill project creates a captivating street presence. A skillful use of cost-effective materials break up the long facades into domestic, village-like scale with a twist of an Australian palette. Congratulations, Studio 9 Architects. And before we move on to Residential Architecture Houses New, here is the final image in tonight's competition. And if you're not sure of one that we've played earlier, don't worry. We'll have one more run through of all the images before the night is over. Good luck.
Hi, we're Architects Inc. and you're watching the South Australian Architectural Awards.
And that must have taken some coordination. Thanks for that message, Architects Inc. Very impressive work. And now for Residential Architecture Houses New, which was assessed by the same panel of jurors as the multiple housing category. Let's take a look at the 9 projects entered in this category. One KI by Built Design Architects. Erie House by Max Pritchard Gunner Architects. House in the Hills by James Allen Architect. Tennyson Residence by Enzo Caroscio Architecture. House 1 by Architects Inc. First Creek House by Troppo Architects. Rental, A House on Two Stones by Rads. St Peter's House by Conbasteris Architects. And Hillside House by Architects Inc. And the jury have awarded a commendation for Residential Architecture Houses New to House 1 by Architects Inc. The floor plan exudes modernist cool, using a pared back palette with subdued beach vibes. Uncomplicated detailing with simple, cost-effective materials, coupled with a limited material palette, combine to deliver a coherent, well-resolved house. Congratulations, Architects Inc. A commendation is also awarded to One KI by Built Design Architects. Deftly crafted, One KI is at one with its site. Good passive orientation, seamless transparency with large glazed areas and framed vistas allow an immediate connection with the coast and climate and create a highly breathable and comfortable house. Congratulations to the team at Built Design Architects. The third commendation in this category is awarded to Tennyson Residence by Enzo Caroscio Architecture. The solid masonry form provides shelter from the harsh western beachfront, but is contrasted by massive openings that drink in the views and maintain a feeling of openness and connection to outside. Congratulations to Enzo Caroscio Architecture, and a commendation also goes to House in the Hills by James Allen Architect. A series of cropped views and compressed spaces open up to embrace the landscape with adaptable outdoor spaces. Local timber and stone has been used with consummate skill and is coupled with micro details that delight the senses. Congratulations, James Allen Architect. And an award for Residential Architecture Houses New goes to Hillside House by Architects Inc. The jury were impressed by the reinterpretation of its context, with the house playing up to some of the typical moves evident in the surrounding properties. A grand entrance and a big, bold street presence, but deliberately eschewing ornament and decoration, presenting as an authentic, contemporary interpretation. The house is well crafted and effortlessly detailed, with materials pared back to their essence, echoing the reductive approach to form. This is a generous house with clear architectural intent, but one that maintains an intimacy through its detail, material selections and skillful planning. Congratulations once again to Architects Inc. And an award in this category has also been made to First Creek House by Troppo Architects. With its footprint driven largely by the First Creek flood study, this new residence adopts a successful courtyard style, wrapping around the revegetated native landscape and placing entertaining at the heart of the house. Showing a skillful manipulation of honest materials, rammed earth, native timber and corten steel, this extensive house is well grounded in its local context. Well done, Troppo! And the highest honour in this category, the John S. Chappell Award for Residential Architecture Houses New, goes to St Peter's House by Convestiris Architects. St Peter's House is a great story, advocating the extended role of the architect and highlighting the exceptional results that can emerge from a symbiotic client-architect relationship. Between historic houses and a nondescript shopping strip, this new house borrows from its neighbours to inform its variety of roof forms and shapes, concealing lush courtyards and delightful private spaces. The jury enjoyed the owner's affectionate tour and were collectively impressed at the architect's ability to deliver the carefully detailed, highly considered spaces using high-quality materials on such a lean budget. Congratulations, Convestiris Architects. And unfortunately, Con wasn't available for a live cross with us tonight. But Con, I do hope you're watching, you and your team. And on behalf of the Institute and the jury, congratulations once again on receiving this award tonight. I do hope you're having a great night. Let's move on. And before we announce the final award of the night, the Emerging Project Prize, we're going to play the full set of 9 images in tonight's competition. So get your pens and get ready to send your answers in. The direct message details will appear on screen as well, and the first person to submit the correct answers wins the $1,000 cash prize. Good luck. Tough competition. I wonder how everyone's doing out there. And now to the Emerging Project Prize, a new addition to the 2021 SA Architecture Awards program. This prize recognises exemplary work submitted in the awards by an emerging practice or a member of Imagine. For the non-members watching tonight, that's the Emerging Architects and Graduate Network. This jury was chaired by the Imagine National President and last year's SA Emerging Architect Prize recipient, Erin Crowden. And her fellow jurors included Gabrielle Seymour, Hugh Mitchell-Moore, Catherine Startari, and the Institute's National President, Tony Giannoni. There are 4 outstanding projects in the running. Let's take a look at the nominees. Kingswood House by Archaea. Number 78 by Black Rabbit Architecture and Interiors. House in the Hills by James Allen Architect. And Rentoul, A House on 2 Stones by Rads. And it's my great pleasure to hand over to Erin Crowden for the announcement.
Imagine advocates for visibility and recognition for emerging architects and graduates. For this reason, I am very excited to be able to introduce this award for the first time this year. From the collection of compelling entries, it has been really encouraging to see demonstrations of collaboration and mentorship amongst our professional community here, leading to the creation of beautiful built outcomes. This award continues to reinforce the value of emerging architects and graduates, and we look forward to seeing it grow over the coming years. But now for the announcement. The winner of the 2021 Imagine Emerging Project Award goes to Kingswood House by Archaea. Congratulations.
Kingswood House communicates an intelligible sensitivity in architectural presentation and sings a playfulness within its intersecting angular forms and finely detailed curved interiors. The architect demonstrates a sincere commitment as an emerging practice to deliver architecture of great value to clients, while also ensuring that the knowledge and design processes required are passed on to the next generation. The jury looks forward to watching the future of this practice and the fruit this will bear for the architectural community and the wider built environment. Congratulations, Archaea. And we are back with Sally Wilson and the team at Archaea for the second time tonight. Congratulations. Good, I can see a champagne glass. Excellent. Sally, over to you. What would you like to say on receiving this award tonight?
I would like to say thanks to Erin and Tony and the jury, to the people behind me and the people that support me, my clients on the project, and my staff, and Emily, who is in Sydney, who worked on this project with me as a graduate. I appreciate everything that everyone puts into this practice and everything that everyone does to support what we do in terms of the architecture we deliver. I'm incredibly honoured, and I'm crying a little bit, so I'm trying not to be emotional. But
Don't cry, Sally. Now, you mentioned earlier this is the first time you've received an award through the awards program, so tonight obviously you've picked up 2. Can I ask how significant it is for a practice of your scale to be acknowledged in this kind of way? What does it mean for you and your team?
It's incredibly humbling. We understand the calibre, having been a juror of the architecture that we, I guess, compete against, who are our friends and our colleagues, and it's such an honour to be recognised that, you know, we are of the same calibre that we think our colleagues are, because the architecture we produce in South Australia is something to be proud of, and to be honoured, you know, of this nature, it's incredibly, it's humbling. So thank you.
And just finally, Sally, do you have a message to all of the other emerging architects who are practising not only in South Australia but across Australia?
Do I have a message? Come and work for us.
I think you might have a few takers there.
We would say to everyone that's out there, you have to be passionate. I think architecture is a profession that commands a lot of time. Thanks to my husband and my family, they've allowed me to do that. And you have to be really passionate about what you do. Every day that you wake up, you put so much into what you strive for and what you achieve, and we support the relationships that we have with our clients by the time that we put into it. And the team that I have around me is a testament to that. And anyone that's looking to do it, put in that time, and send us an email.
Well, look, on that note, Sally, I'm going to let you and your team have a big celebration now. Obviously, you've got a lot to enjoy with your champagne there as well. So, look, congratulations once again, and I hope you have a great night.
Thanks so much. Thanks, everyone.
Now, if you joined us last year, you may be wondering about two important announcements that we have not made in tonight's stream, but they will most certainly be happening. The SA Emerging Architect Prize and the inaugural SA Architecture Medal will be announced at the SA Chapter's Awards Party on Saturday the 12th of June, which is supported by Adelaide Gin. Thanks to the team at Adelaide Gin for being part of South Australia's celebration of great architecture. I hope the SA members have your tickets booked and you're getting ready for a great night out. And if you're not in Adelaide or you can't make it to the party, the winners will also be announced on the Institute's social media and website from Saturday evening. Details on screen. And that brings the SA Architecture Awards to a close, almost. But first, let's cross to SA's State Manager Nicolette de Lernia for a few comments. I believe you're joining me.
Hello, Viv.
Excellent.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm glad we managed the rapid transition from Sally to you. It's always, a weight off my mind. Well, firstly, congratulations to you, the chapter, and all of your members on a great night of South Australian architecture.
Oh, thank you, Viv. It's so wonderful to see how much passion and how much people invest in these projects. They really do put their heart and souls into producing the most beautiful work for an amazing range of client groups. So it is always very affirming to see what a fantastic outcome people achieve.
Well, here, and obviously we're in a slightly different position with the awards this year from last year. One of the key differences being that jury visits were able to take place to the projects. Can you maybe give us some of your observations on the awards this year?
Oh, look, having the jury visits back was such a wonderful return to normality, even though it's not totally normal yet. We learned so much from actually having people go out on site. Buildings aren't something you discover on social media, not in a true sense. And so to really feel the place and the environment and the way a building responds to those things is immensely valuable. So it's been fantastic to be able to do that again this year.
And what about the range of entrants this year as well and the scales of practice that entered the awards?
Oh, look, we had, again, from quite modest, and small practices, even sole practitioners, all the way through to quite large firms and firms that are part of, national and global practices enter this year. So there's always an enormous variety in that scale of, or that side of the awards. We also had some first-time entrants who hadn't entered before, and it was great to see people presenting to the juries for the first time, be they younger members of larger project teams or people who had entered the awards program for the first time. It's such a wonderful thing to see people being passionate about and really espousing the value that they've been able to provide through these projects. So that's fantastic to grow that capacity within our local architectural community.
Absolutely. And of course, while we've seen a few celebrations in people's lounge rooms and practices this evening, the celebrations will of course continue for the members, won't they, on Saturday night, Nicolette?
Yes, indeed. We've given them tomorrow off to, allow them to really kick off tonight and then have a bit of a day of rest. And then Saturday night we will be having a really fun night at the National Wine Centre. It's going to be a hoot.
Excellent. I'm sure it will be. Look, it's just been an absolute pleasure to host the awards again, I have to say, Nicolette. Great, as always, to talk to the SA members. And, thanks so much for having me again.
Oh, look, it's been a pleasure, Viv. You've done an absolutely stellar job yet again. And, this is a fantastic platform for showing a whole range of people the wonderful work that architects do. So it's something that we really value.
Wonderful. Well, look, I'm going to let you go and enjoy the night. Thanks so much again. Congratulations. Have a fabulous evening.
Will do. Thanks, Viv.
That brings the South Australian Architecture Awards to a close. I'd like to thank you all for joining us this evening for a great night in, and I hope the members have a great night out on Saturday night. I'd like to congratulate all of the winners tonight, and indeed all of the members who entered the 2021 awards. And thanks to the corporate partners and sponsors for their ongoing support of the Institute and the awards program. It's great you could join us, and thanks so much for being part of the show. A reminder that the Australian Institute of Architects Awards announcements continue with Western Australia tomorrow night and Victoria next Friday night. You'll find details on the Institute's website, and I do hope you can join me. In the meantime, thanks so much for joining me. It's been a pleasure to be your host. Have a great night.
The 2021 South Australian Architecture Awards are proudly supported by BlueScope, Dulux, Brickworks, Lysart, Fielders, Bondor, Bosch, Built Environment Channel, NBS, Plant Cover, Architecture Media, as well as AWS, City of Adelaide, LED Outdoors, and Revolution Roofing.